Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Vikram Deep Ponga, working as a professor in the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry. So today, I am here to demonstrate the practical, that is to prepare the protein for molecular docking by using AutoDock tool. This practical is for the student of M.Pharm Pharmaceutical Chemistry second semester. So let me go into the detail and the introduction of this particular practical before we will really perform the demonstration. So there are going to be some useful concepts for the student on which I would highlight some points. Well, if we talk about molecular docking, it is a computer simulation procedure to predict the conformation of a receptor-ligand complex where the receptor is usually a protein or a nucleic acid molecule and the ligand is either a small molecule or another protein. So in short, it is a tool where you can predict the bond, you can predict the mode of interaction between the two molecules. One is going to be the biological target of interest and other is going to be the drug candidate, or it can be a heterocyclic small molecule which has been shown a good activity but may or may not be a drug. So we can say that our body has diversity of drug targets which can range from right from the enzymes to the channels to the receptors, etc. So even our genetic materials such as DNA, including the RNA, they can all biomolecules which are involved in the pathophysiology of one or other disease, they can serve as the purpose of the protein, they can serve as the purpose of the biomolecule of the interest. And when we are talking about the inhibition or activation of these molecules, so we are using the terminology the ligand, which can be activating effect, which can have a stimulating effect, it can act as an activator, it can act as an inhibitor. Well, that all depends upon the pathophysiology, or we can say that the disease, and it varies from condition to condition. So the knowledge of the preferred orientation in turn may be used to predict the binding affinity and activity of small molecules which may act as agonists or in turn they act as antagonists, because we know that the interaction between the ligands and its biomolecule, it is going to be highly specific, because that is particularly the reason that each molecule cannot go and bind with every biomolecule present inside the body, because we know that there are thousands of the molecules and thousands of the reactions which are going inside the body even at a single fraction of minute and without any interference. Why so? Because the substrate and the biomolecules, their interaction is going to be very, very selective at the molecular level. And when I am saying the term molecular level, it means that they are going to interact in terms of their functional group, and it depends upon a lot of factors such as the kind of the atoms or the functional groups which are involved in the volume, nature of the cavity or nature of the binding pocket where the molecule goes and the bind, what is going to be the types of the interaction, whether they are going to be covalent, non-covalent, it is going to be reversible, or the phenomena is going to be irreversible, and then at the same time the strength of the the interaction between the two molecules. So when a molecule go and it fit perfectly into the binding pocket, you can recall about the lock and key hypothesis of the enzyme, that when a perfect lock, it needs a perfect key. So in the similar way, when the orientation of the molecule in the binding pocket is going to be specific, or it is going to be okay, so that is going to generate the maximum interaction and in turn the low energy conformation or orientation between the two, and that is the condition which results in the maximum binding, or one can say that the maximum response. So in a simulation process, the ligand position is estimated. Well, that is, we can say that the molecular simulation study, where the ligand position is estimated in a predicted or predefined binding site. So you have already a well-defined site. So in the simulation process, the position of the ligand is estimated in that particular site. Docking actually requires 3D structure of a protein receptor, which is one of the very, very important and the prime requirement. If you don't have the 3D structure of the protein available with you, or the biomolecule available with you, then you cannot perform the docking. In that particular case, although in certain cases it may help, like we don't have the structure of a protein, but in that case, if you have another protein which exhibits some structure similarity to a certain extent, let's say that around 40 to 60%, then you can use the structure of that particular protein as a template and you can generate another protein of your interest and you can perform the docking. Well, that comes under the category of homology bonding, not of much interest, which we cannot go here. So it is given here. Now these are some important terminologies which are going to use in the molecular docking concept again and again. So one very important term, it is called as a ligand. So as I told you that these are the small molecules which bind to the protein and it in turn interfere with the protein function. So it may be a drug, it may be a functional group, or it can be a biomolecule. So ligand, you know that can be small, or these ligand for a molecule, they can be large, or it can be biomolecule. Of course, there are all natural endogenous ligand of the body. These are the examples of the biomolecule where you can talk about GABA, they can bind to the GABA receptor. So again, you have an example of biomolecule. You talk about the glucose, there are going to be glucose receptor in terms of glucose transporters. You can also consider that as a target as well as a binding molecule. And likewise, insulin bind to the insulin receptor. So all these are the examples of the biological target as well as the biomolecule, which are large. But drug molecules, generally these are the small, which are designed by looking into the concept of pharmacophore, which may be able to bind or mimic the interaction which a natural molecule exhibits into the binding cavity of the protein. So these can serve as the ligand, or they may serve as the lead, or they may serve as the potential compound for further development. If you talk about the target or a receptor, in short, it is the biomolecule of interest with whom your ligand is bind. So it is a protein, peptide, it can be enzyme or nucleic acid to which a ligand binds, and it can form a ligand receptor or a ligand enzyme, and in short a ligand biomolecule complex, and that in turn executes a pharmacological response. And if one is not able to observe any pharmacological response, then you can say that it is going to be the antagonist. So another very important requirement when you are going to perform the docking, so you must have the ligand or a library of ligand on which you are going to perform the docking. You must know what is your biological target. So it is the biomolecule of the interest. It can be enzyme, receptor, protein, DNA, RNA, or any other. And now, if you want to have a protein, so you must have its structure known so that you can start with the docking. And in order to do that, you must require a PDB because each protein is saved in the form of a code and it is present in a large data bank which is called, and so given in the site called as www.rcsb.org. So in this protein data bank, you may find that there are going to be whatever the proteins which has been discovered with agonist, antagonist, with inhibitor or activator, whatever the ligand protein complex crystallized to the very fine resolution. So the structure is known in that particular, it is saved with all details in the protein data bank with references. Sometimes for a single protein, more than one structure with more than one ligands, which can be, more than one inhibitor type or activator type can be available. So it all depends, the selection of the protein is going to be the very important criteria. So the selection of the protein will depend on kind of work you are performing, you are looking for, and for that you have to follow the proper references, and that will give you the idea for the selection of the proteins. There is going to be another terminology called as algorithm, which is a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem solving operations, especially by a computer. So it is well fit into that, so that can be performed automatically, and sometimes you have to do some of the functions manually also, but that depends. And then there is going to be scoring functions, but that is very important key. So the scoring functions, these are the fast, approximate mathematical methods which are used to predict the strength of known covalent interaction between the two molecules after they have been docked. So it means once you are going to dock the ligand into the active site of the protein, so that is going, the strength of that particular bonding is going to generate with the help of a function that, let's say that it is going to be a numeral, and that numeral is generated, that is called as scoring function. So when I is going to be, the better is going to be the scoring function, better is going to be the binding, but that depends upon software to software. In some software, the scoring function is comes to minimum, while in another it can go a little bit high, so that depends and vary from software to software. So based upon the scoring function, you can compare the binding strength of the ligands into the active site once they are docked. So there is going to be force field, which is a computational method that we use to estimate the forces between the atoms within the molecule and also between the molecules. molecules. So that is called as force field, which has to be applied, and that is all computationally set within the software. And there is another thing called as binding free energy, which is the sum of all intermolecular interactions that is present between the ligand and the target. So summation of all is called as the binding free energy. More negative the estimated energy, more effective is the binding of the ligand with the receptor. So you know that delta G is going to be negative, it is going to be the same. So if more free energy is going to be released on account of binding, the value is going to be more and more negative. So there is going to be the pose. A pose is nothing but it is the representation of the ligand into the binding pocket. So that is called as a very simple way of defining the pose. So it can be a two-dimensional, it can be three-dimensional. So most docking program in use, it accounts for the whole conformational space of the ligand. Whole conformational space of the ligand means that the conformational flexibility which is available to the ligand within the cavity, and several attempts to model a flexible protein receptor. Each snapshot of the pair is referred to as a pose. So means that when the ligand is going to occupy the position of the cavity, or it is going to fit into the cavity, it is going to align, and there is going to be sometimes the movements and the interaction depend upon the type of the orientation of the ligands into the active cavity. So as the orientation of the ligand into the active cavity is going to vary, so the pose and the binding interaction and the strength of the interaction is also going to vary. So depending upon the orientation, the software generates number of the poses, and the minimum energy conservation is generally mostly the preferred pose of choice, which you can say that it is the lowest energy and most effective binding conformation pose. If we talk about the types of docking, it is going to be the local docking. In this case, the identification of binding mode of ligand inside the receptor pocket is carried out as the binding site of the ligand inside the receptor is known. So you are very well aware of the binding cavity. All you have to perform is the dock a set of ligands into that, and you have to calculate the binding energy. So that is called as local docking. There is another thing which is called as global docking, where the cavity for the ligand binding is unknown, and henceforth initially the identification of the binding site in the receptor is done simultaneously, followed by the identification of binding mode of the ligand in the receptor. So in case of global docking, you are taking the whole protein into the account, or the whole cavity into the account, and then to look for by binding the molecule into the different position, that where actually the ligand goes and where it is going to bind. So that is called as global docking, and you have to identify the binding pocket in this case, which is generally unknown. And once the molecule is going to bind, or you identify the binding pocket, you have to go for the identification of the binding poses, which are going to generate after the ligand is docked or bind into the active site of the protein. Another way of dividing the docking is depending upon the flexibility of the ligand as well as the receptor. So again, the docking is divided into two types. One is termed as rigid docking, which is done by keeping both the receptor as well as the ligand fixed. So you have the receptor as well as ligand in the fixed. It means they are not free to adopt a variety of orientation. So they have only preferred set of orientation which they can arrange, and hence they can bind. So if the bond angles, bond length and the torsion angle of the components are not modified at any stages of the complex generation, it is known as rigid body docking. So which means that you have very little conformational degree of freedom which is available with you, or we can say that the conformation space. Only the translational and the rotational degrees of freedoms are considered in this, and vibration degrees of freedoms are not at all considered. To deal with the problem of ligand conformations, a large number of conformations of each ligand are generated in advance, and each is docked separately because you don't have the conformation space. So that is why it says that first you have to generate the preferred set of conformations of the ligands, you save those poses, and then you are going to dock each pose in a particular conformation into the binding pocket. For example, FRED, which is called a fast rigid exhaustive docking from OpenLine, and one of the earliest docking program called as DOCK are the examples of the rigid docking. So this is what you can see here. another mode is flexible. There is a comparison. So you can see in this particular side, one side I have the RNA, on the other side I have the protein which is going to bind. So in case of rigid docking, you can see that the structure of the proteins, they are going to fix, and the structure of the ligand is also going to fix. So they are not going to have the conformation freedom, as a result of which they are in fixed orientation. So you determine their binding. It may align, semi-align, may not align properly, but it is going to, the pose is going to generate the binding energy, and you have to see what is going to be the required energy conservation. On the other hand, in case of flexible docking, so you have a protein, and again the molecule of interest, they are interacting, and since they are flexible, so you can see the protein is also adopting the different conformation, and so is the ligand, because you can see both are in different orientation in all three sets of docking which is performed. So flexible docking, as I already explained by a slide, so in this case docking is done by keeping either your ligand or the receptor or both as flexible. Choice is yours. Conformations of each molecule are generated on the fly by the such algorithm during the docking process. The algorithm can avoid considering conformations which do not fit, and hence it will save your time. So this is all about the introduction which is related to the docking program, and this is the, now I am going to in short give you the steps which are involved in the docking procedure. So you can see the most important step is going to be, one is going to be your target selection, and other is going to be your ligand selection. So you have the set of ligands. So when you have the target and the ligands which are defined with you, which you have identified, so then by using the appropriate software, like in this case we are going to use the Autodoc to prepare the ligand as well as the protein. So you are going to first going for the protein preparation, and this involves a number of steps which we will show you during the demonstration. So you have to prepare the ligand, means that you have to generate the ligand and you have to save it in its optimal or minimum energy conformation. So that is called as a ligand preparation. So both, once they are generated, they are going to save in their proper files, in their proper formats, and then once they are in their appropriate formats, depending upon the software which you are using, they are allowed to interact with each other, means that they are allowed to dock into each other. So you perform the docking, and once the docking is performed, you are going to get the scoring function for the various set of ligands or for the various conformation of the ligand, and then you are going to identify the pose of your interest. So which means you are going to evaluate your results. So if they are fine, it's okay. If they are not fitting into your criteria, so you again go and refine your target or ligand as per the docking protocol. So this is all in about the theory which is related to this practical. I hope it will be useful for the students. And now we will proceed for the demonstration of how to prepare the docking by using Autodoc software for carrying out the molecular docking.
So now I am going to demonstrate. I am giving the demonstration on the Autodoc software. Why I have selected Autodoc software? Because it is freely available. Everybody can download it and everybody can install it. So I will show you some steps. I will later on, if anybody needs its SOP, I will provide its SOP also. So you yourself can go for docking. So as I have told in the, but firstly proceeding for the docking study, we have requirement of 2-3 softwares. First one is Autodoc Vina, which is freely available. Windows के लिए भी download हो जाएगा अलग से और दूसरा भी अलग हो जाएगा. Another software we used is PyMol. The use of PyMol is to convert the ligand and your protein into PDB format. And third सॉफ्टवेयर दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड, दैट इज डिस्कवरी स्टूडियो. डिस्कवरी स्टूडियो हमें चाहिए होता है पोजेस जनरेट करने के लिए, इंटरेक्शनल स्टडी करने के लिए. तो ऑल द 3 आर फ्रीली अवेलेबल. फाइन. सो फर्स्टली बिफोर प्रोसीडिंग वी हैव टू क्रिएट ए वर्किंग फोल्डर. एक वर्किंग फोल्डर हमें क्रिएट करना है. जैसे डेस्कटॉप पे मैंने यहाँ रखा है डॉकिंग नाम का फोल्डर रखा है. इसके अंदर एक हमें सब फोल्डर बनाना है. जैसे आरबी मैंने बना रखा है, उस आरबी के अंदर ही जो भी डील करना है आपको विद जो भी डॉकिंग का प्रोसेस होना है वो सारा का सारा उसके अंदर ही सेव करना है. इफ यू आर नॉट गोइंग फॉर ए सुटेबल वर्किंग फोल्डर, then the docking will not work. Fine. So all the work has to be done inside a working folder. So for carrying out a docking process, सबसे पहले हमें जरूरत पड़ेगी एक लाइगेंड की और एक रिसेप्टर की. तो रिसेप्टर यू कैन डाउनलोड पीडीबी साइट. आप पीडीबी साइट ओपन करो. जैसे सपोज आपको एरोमेटेज एंजाइम को इनहिबिट करना है, तो यू नीड एन पीडीबी आईडी फॉर एरोमेटेज. So whenever you will type aromatase there, you will see several kind of aromatase IDs there. So you have to choose. जब आप suppose जब आपने उसको टाइप किया पीडीबी आईडी, एरोमेटेज आपने टाइप किया, एरोमेटेज टाइप करने के बाद आपको बड़े सारे ऑप्शन दिखेंगे, उसमें बड़ी सारी पीडीबी आईडी लिखी होगी. तो whenever you will click on a particular ID, a detailed description of a particular ID will be there. So you have to go to the last part, and in the last part you have to see whether the internal ligand of that particular ID is matching to your design ligand or not. So if you have to choose that particular ID for which your design ligand is matching. So for example, for aromatase you have chosen 3S7S PDB. So you have to, वहां पे डाउनलोड का ऑप्शन होगा, आपको उसको डाउनलोड करना है और वो पीडीबी फॉर्मेट में डाउनलोड हो जाएगी. फाइन. ये हो गया आपका प्रोक्योरमेंट ऑफ प्रोटीन. आपने वहां से प्रोटीन डाउनलोड कर लिया, सिर्फ इतना ही करना है आपको. ये इजी प्रोसेस है, आपको डाउनलोड कर लिया आपने. देन यू नीड ए लाइगेंड. तो लाइगेंड आपको ड्रॉ करना है कैमड्रॉ में. कैमड्रॉ विल गिव यू द 2D स्ट्रक्चर, एंड देन यू हैव टू कॉपी दैट स्ट्रक्चर जो आपने कैमड्रॉ में बनाया होगा. यू हैव टू कॉपी दैट स्ट्रक्चर इनटू कैम 3D. वो स्ट्रक्चर आपको कैम 3D में कॉपी कर देना है. जब आप कैम 3D में कॉपी कर दोगे तो उसका 3 डायमेंशनल स्ट्रक्चर आपको अपीयर होगा. फाइन. बस उस फिर आपने फाइल पे जाना है और वहां से आपको उसको सेव कर लेना है. ठीक है, ये सिंपल स्टेप है. यू हैव टू डाउनलोड द पीडीबी आईडी एंड यू हैव टू ड्रॉ योर लाइगेंड इन 2D एंड यू हैव टू सेव इट इन कैमड्रॉ 3D. बट जब आप कैमड्रॉ 3D में उसको सेव करोगे तो उसको आपने सेव करना है SDF फॉर्मेट में, .sdf फॉर्मेट. So now you are having ligand also and you are having a receptor also, but they are not prepared. अब आपको इनको प्रिपेयर करना है. ये हमने सिर्फ प्रोक्योर किया, पीडीबी साइट से डाउनलोड किया अपना रिसेप्टर एंड ड्रॉ किया आपने ligand in SDF format and that receptor is in PDB format. Now there is ये जो आपके पास, मैं दोबारा से इसको डेस्कटॉप पे जा रहा हूँ एंड आई एम गोइंग टू डॉकिंग एंड दिस आरबी इज माय वर्क फोल्डर. इसमें ही सारा मेरा प्रोसेसिंग होगा. आई विल क्लिक ऑन आरबी. सो नाउ आई हैव डाउनलोडेड दिस 3S7S. इट इज द रिसेप्टर. ये डायरेक्टली वहां से डाउनलोड किया, ऐसा ही आपको भी दिखेगा वेन एवर यू विल डाउनलोड इट. एंड दिस इज द ligand you have drawn in ChemDraw and then you have pasted it into Chem 3D. You will save it as a SDF file. Now you have to open the protein जो PDB फॉर्मेट में सेव किया है, इसको आपको ओपन करना है Autodoc में. Here is Autodoc. So I will open this ID in Autodoc. It will take a few seconds. It will take a few seconds to load the receptor in the Autodoc. Progressing is written here 45, 50. now you can see that the protein has been uploaded inside the Autodoc. So whenever you will load your receptor, it will appear like this in network of several amino acids. Fine. So now you have to do some modifications in it. Firstly, you will go to this edit button. So in edit button option, you will go add delete water. You will click on it, delete water. So all the water molecules present inside this particular receptor will be deleted. अब ये वाटर मॉलिक्यूल को डिलीट करना इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है? अब ये जो मैंने PDB-ID से डाउनलोड किया एंड दे हैव ए डिफाइंड इंटरनल लाइगेंड फॉर इट. ये जो मैंने एरोमेटेज को रिसेप्टर को डाउनलोड किया, इसका इंटरनल लाइगेंड ऑलरेडी डिफाइन था, दैट वाज एक्सिमेस्टिन. सो इफ वी डू नॉट डिलीट दिस वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स, अब वो जो एनवायरमेंट था पहले, जो इसके अंदर था, जो वाटर मॉलिक्यूल थे, दोज आर पर्टिकुलर फॉर एक्सिमेस्टिन ओनली, बट अवर डिजाइन कंपाउंड्स विल बी डिफरेंट. हमने जो डिजाइन किए होंगे वो एक्सिमेस्टिन से डिफरेंट होंगे, so they will need different environment. So that's why we are deleting the water molecules, so that there is no interference of environment there. अगर हम वाटर मॉलिक्यूल को डिलीट नहीं करें तो हमारे जो डिजाइन लाइगेंड है उससे वो वाटर मॉलिक्यूल अरेंजमेंट कंपैटिबल नहीं होगा. अगर कंपैटिबल नहीं है तो डॉकिंग रन अच्छे से नहीं होगा. दैट्स व्हाई वी नीड टू डिलीट द वाटर्स. So after deleting water, we will click on our protein. When you will click on this triangle, the amino acid chains present inside the protein will appear. So here only one chain has been appeared. So only A chain is there. So now click on this chain. So all the sequences of this chain will appear. जितने भी इसमें amino acid है वो सारे के सारे डिस्प्ले हो जाएंगे. तो लास्ट पार्ट पे आपको जाना है. अब लास्ट पार्ट पे आपको देखना है कि उसमें कोई इंटरनल लाइगेंड, कोई कोफैक्टर या कोई मेटल आयन तो नहीं है. तो लास्ट पार्ट में इफ यू सी केयरफुली, तो हियर इज EXM601. सो इट इज नॉट फॉर एनी अमीनो एसिड, इट इज फॉर एक्सिमेस्टिन. यू हैव टू सिलेक्ट इट. देन दिस हीम इज ए कोफैक्टर इनसाइड दिस, यू हैव आल्सो टू सिलेक्ट इट बिकॉज यू हैव टू डिलीट. आपको इनको डिलीट करना है बिकॉज दोज विल इंटरफेयर ड्यूरिंग द इंटरेक्शंस. We do not require them, and we will go for again edit, then we will go on delete and then go to the delete selected items. So we have selected eximestin and heme, that is internal ligand and the cofactor, then delete them and continue. So whenever you will delete, you have to again go to the edit, then go to charges and add Coleman charges. So these charges will make the cavity, make the protein charged. If there will be charge, interaction with the ligand molecules will be easy. So we have to add some charges. Then again go to edit, then go to hydrogen option, add, and you have to add only polar hydrogens. Add polar hydrogens. Fine. Now after adding charges and those Coleman charges, you have to save it now. So go to the, for saving you have to go to the grid, then you have to go to macromolecule, then choose, then you have your name of your protein will appear here. You have to click on it, then select molecule. Okay. Now you have to save it inside the same working folder as our docking and RB in PDBQT format. Dot PDBQT format, because जो आपका पाइमोल है या ऑटोडॉक है वो सिर्फ PDBQT फॉर्मेट में ही रीड करेगा मॉलिक्यूल को. देन यू हैव टू सेव इट. नाउ पार्शली मॉडिफाइड प्रोटीन विल बी सेव्ड in PDBQT format. Now you have